Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for the opportunity to share the experience of advocacy and engagement process in developing and expanding affordable housing solution. In this context, highlighting the importance of gender equality and women's empowerment in the efforts for an on-site, near-site, and in-city resettlement. I speak here as the president of the Alliance of People's Organization along Manggahan Floodway. Members of APOAMF were living in an area considered as danger. Along the floodway, a structure constructed to reduce flooding in Metro Manila. Thus, we were threatened with demolition and scheduled to be moved to a faraway relocation and where there are almost no available jobs and livelihood opportunities and no access to basic services. The resettlements would impact at least 5,000 plus families. APOAMF was organized in 2010 with the help and guidance of community organizers Multiversity. They help us in terms of organizing, strategizing, leadership training, and reflection. Our objective is to pursue our stand on safe and permanent tenure and livelihood security through on-site, near-site, and in-city resettlement. Women were at the front line in this organizing and advocacy work because faraway relocation will greatly affect us when we lose our work and the work of our husbands and other members of the family, as well as the lack of access to basic services like water, electricity, school, health centers, and other services. At the start of our organizing and advocacy work, there were 20 women leaders who meet with the different housing agencies to discuss alternative options to gain security of tenure. At present, the number of active women leaders in organizing and advocacy work has increased to 65. We feel that we should get involved. This is our issue, and therefore we should speak for ourselves. We know that like our men counterpart, we have the capacity to lead actions for the improvement of our life condition. We have the right to live in the city and to gain security of tenure. We raised women's consciousness that in the advocacy, the gender perspectives are important and key, and we organize and mobilize women in the community to work together in exercising our rights and become change makers in our communities. Women understands better the issues of the vulnerable sector, the elderly, children, the sick, and the persons with disability, and therefore ensure their security and safety in choosing the housing site, design, and affordability. We map the needs and potentials for the on-site, near-site, and in-city resettlement for our community. Women's and needs and aspirations were integrated in the People's Plan or Community Plan on housing, livelihood security, basic services, peace and order, disaster preparedness, and health. Our tenure organizing and advocacy work bear fruit in 2013 to 2018. 10 out of 15 low-rise buildings were constructed by NHA, benefiting 550 families. Our advocacy for the completion of the remaining 5 buildings still continues. Recently, APOAMF worked with the National Housing Authority in partnership with the World Bank in amending the 50-year-old State Management Manual of NHA. The process of amending the manual was participatory, gender-responsive policies were added like open space for children, priority of occupying on the ground floor were given to persons with disabilities and senior citizens. The guidelines also emphasize the residents' first responsibility for cleanliness and peace and order. The women in the Alliance actively partner with the academic institution in the trainings of the community journalists, in mediation, and in lobbying. We also network with other NGOs in addressing health issues and in responding to challenges brought about by COVID-19. Women's leadership was in action, immediately mapping the needs of those in the community, mobilizing assistance and support to COVID-positive families, like volunteering to deliver food packages and medicine during the 14-day quarantine period, and lending seed capital without interest to families for their livelihood restoration. We hope that our success in negotiating for a gender-responsive, affordable, and city resettlement is an inspiration in developing and expanding affordable housing solution for an inclusive, sustainable urbanization, and the rights to the city of all women and men. This requires recognition of local community initiatives, building trust and partnership between local communities and the local and national authorities. This is women's empowerment in action. Women leading the way. Thank you.